back, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by.
Anytime.
So I wanted to talk about this piece because this is probably my favorite piece that reminds me of myself a lot. It really speaks of me and to me. My first 4 piece said that. I started with this one first. So I said, you know what? I want to represent and have 4 different phases of life through 4 different sizes of canvases to showcase that we must always, no matter what, be optimistic about life, be optimistic about our goals, our dreams, the challenges that we may go through, the things that we may encounter. And so if we keep God at the center of all that's going on, that light at the center, everything's going to be just fine. And things may not always happen as according to our plan, how we think it should, but with God in the center, everything is going to work out just fine. We have to trust that, be faithful to that, and be optimistic. This is optimistic.
Thanks for sharing. Yes. I like this.
This piece is called Tried by Fire. Now we as believers, as true believers and Christians, the Bible talks about this in 1 Peter. Talks about your faith being tried or going on as a trial and the challenges you may go through as believers. But when we go through those challenges and trials, it's for a good thing. And that our faith may be tested. But when we go through the test, we're going to come out being just like gold, being tried by that fire, and coming out in our purest form, even better than the state that we went in. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes we don't like those testing trials, but we as true believers have to go through them. And they make us stronger, to have a better testimony, a stronger testimony, and then we may once again show it and share it with the rest of the world. New believer, small in your faith. And as you go through that period, you begin to be tried, be tested. The more you stay in that being tested in trials, the more your manifestation comes. Start to get fuller with your testimony, and then as your testimony tried by fire. This piece is called Love's Timing, and God being love. So it's really God's timing. The black represents the questions that we have pertaining to love, love's timing. When is love going to happen for you, a significant other? When are you going to get married, have kids? All these things that we question about love, that's all on God's timing and love's timing. The black represents the challenges that are intertwined with the answers. So sometimes we don't get an answer right off top unless we go through a challenge or a test that's pertaining to love. But what's more importantly with the title being Love's Timing is the tick marks right here. 12, 3, 6, 9, back to 12. We really have to just pray, be patient, and know that the things that we want out of love, the goals that we may have for our life pertaining to love and how life will be, we put those things in the atmosphere to God, but then we have to sit back and just pray about it and wait for God's time and love's time. And love being also the target of what we want, it being at the center. And so this is called Love's Timing and love being God.
Wow.
That's good. All right, Marcus, this is actually one of my most influential and inspiring pieces because it has a lot to do with me. And just like all of my pieces, I'm first talking to myself, and then I'm sharing myself with the world, basically what I'm going through or what I've been through. And so with this one, I want you to notice a couple things before I get into the topic of it or the title of it. If you look on this side here, you see these markings, black markings, like lines on a ruler. So this is representing a type of measurement. When you look right here, the gold that's drizzling down and the gold that's flooding up, those are God's blessings that are showering down and also that are flooding up. If you look right here in the corner, you see that box, and that represents us, our comfort zone. And also these colors that are coming out of that represents our dreams and passions. And so this piece is called Gauge Your Dreams and Passions Outside the Box. And so what I mean by that is, sometimes if we keep our dreams and passions and talents and gifts that God has given us, we keep it right here in our comfort zone. We're scared to open up that box and let them flourish out to what they're supposed to be. Oh, I don't know if I'll succeed, or what people are going to say about me, or I don't know if this is even going to work. But God can't bless our gifts and talents inside. We're keeping it to ourselves. We can't sit on our gifts. And so what God was telling me is that illustrate opening up that comfort zone, coming out of that box. Boxes are limited. So when we open up that box, that's when God can bless, and the blessings can overflow and flood us from underneath too. And that's also how it's going to burst out and go off the charts. So that's us gauging it. Inside the box is going to be this big, but gauging it outside the box, it's immeasurable. Wow. It has a lot to do with just trust, faith. And this one, as you can see, is a butterfly, right? This one is called black butterfly. Sometimes forget that a butterfly has a caterpillar story. Think about that. And so you think about the caterpillar. I jokingly said one time to someone, the caterpillar just crawling around, praying not to get stepped on. You know, that's his goal in life, right? But I also wonder sometimes with the caterpillar, does he know, or she know that one day it will turn into a butterfly? From the caterpillar that once was to the butterfly that now is. You've crawled around wondering when that day will come, when you will fly amongst with the rest of them, when you will be victorious, when your victory will come. And so, though the journey hasn't been easy, though the nights and days have been challenging, you still persevered going forward, praying and hoping for that one day great metamorphosis, that you too would fly and be bold, be beautiful, be you. Each and every wing is a different size, representing the different phases of life that this butterfly has gone through. Challenges, bruises, bumps, hurts, pains, joys, praises, all those in the midst. Though you're not perfect in size, you're perfect in the making. You're perfect and beautiful because you've gone through, because you strive. And so that's why I use the color of gold, representing that royalty, representing that rich being of the butterfly. And so this is black butterfly. From the caterpillar that once was to the butterfly. And all those colors represent just different things the butterfly has been able to accomplish. And so that all makes the butterfly beautiful.
I really like the colors.
Nobody knows your story unless you share it. And a lot of times when we make it, or someone in a sense has made it, they don't know the story behind what they've gone through to get there. All sometimes people see is the beautification of, wow, success. But they don't know, what that person had to go through, what they had to crawl through. And this is called love. It can mend the broken pieces. Each one of my pieces that someone purchases from me, or someone's blessed to get from me, comes with a full description, get the story behind it.
But I think that's what makes you unique, is the descriptions, and all descriptions have such a powerful meaning. And I think it makes the painting that much more valuable to me.
Until next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And we love reading your comments.